Why did we see the president, my brother Tony? I had answered this question, but for your benefit, as you know, on the 11th of June, we met the president and presented concrete demands for dialogue. We also put in issues that we wanted the dialogue to focus on and made a few suggestions. The president did reply to us on the 16th of September 2021. And in his reply, there are things that we agreed with, there are some things that we were not so much.
Sorry, that's my question. The things you're calling things. Zimbabwe is owed to the nation. Let us know exactly what are these things. That's my question. What is the context of your discussion? It's been a long time now.
You can do yourself a favor by allowing me to finish, because I was actually going there for you. But I wanted you to know.
But is it possible that during press conference we have members who do the point, because some of us use audio and the interjections at the back interrupt the audio?
Oh, thank you, Rutendo. I'm sure it's noted. We will make sure that you are not distracted. But what I was saying, Tonio, is that the president raised a few things in his reply. For example, he raised the issue of the dialogue forum, where we dialogue, and his opinion was that we should dialogue using Poland as the platform. One of the issues he raised also was that he saw no reason for us to dialogue on war veterans and traditional leaders. So in view of some of his responses, we then undertook a nationwide program to consult our structures on the stage at which we were. The structures gave their feedback and they made certain demands. For example, they want a slight restructuring of Poland. I can't go beyond that because it's something in respect of which we are expecting an answer. And also our people are adamant that we must dialogue on war veterans. We must dialogue on traditional leaders, because they feel that it is in the best interest of Zimbabwe that we do that. So one of the reasons why we went there was now to convey to the president that the final decision of the MDCT reached by its National Council on 26 November is this one. And do we have a deal, do we have an agreement, so that we start the actual discussion itself? And that's what I said before you arrived, that the president then said that he was going to discuss with his legal team on some of the issues. One of the issues I raised is the issue of the youth quota. You know, the amendment number 2 introduces the youth quota. 10 MPs must be youths. And there is a feeling by the youth across the political divide that provision must be brought into operation right away. And I raised that with the president. And I also raised the issue of free and fair elections, the need for electoral reforms, even even after he made his proclamation, that there was a duty on his part, the duty on the part of the government, to ensure that we have minimum reforms to ensure that the by-elections are free and fair. We don't want by-elections where some candidates are blocked from holding their rallies. We don't like that as the MDCT. We don't want a by-election where there is no agreement, for example, as to polling station mapping and so on. So those were some of the things that we were discussing. Now, the importance of that meeting now is that depending on the answer that is coming, it paves way for the actual discussions to take place. There is always a danger of talks about talks. dialogue about dialogue. And we now want to go to the meat of the matter. And before you arrived, I was saying that the things that we want to dialogue on, contrary to what many people think, are people issues, poverty reduction, inequality, etc., etc. We are not dialoguing about power sharing at this stage. So that's what we discussed about, and I hope when the reply comes, we will then advise the Zimbabweans on what exactly is the issue. Which seats are we contesting? It's too early to say with certainty, but roughly I'm sure this will be informative enough. All those seats that were being held by MDCT councillors or MDC MPs are being contested by the MDCT. Those seats that were being held by other political parties other than the MDCT are being contested by candidates from those political parties, unless where they can't raise the candidates, we will then step in and raise candidates. There are seats that were being held by ZANU-PF. We had a meeting yesterday. Again, I said it before you arrived. And if your colleagues will be honest with you, you were the first person I asked about. Where is my brother Tony? I really missed you because I wanted you to hear. I said before you arrived that there are seats which were being held by by ZANU-PF. And we asked the MDC, the alliance partners, to see which of the seats they would want to contest. And that exercise is happening. Our view on Poland is that Poland is a good starting point of dialogue. It is a good starting point for dialogue. As presently structured and as presently constituted, it is necessary but not sufficient in our respectful view, and that there is a need to slightly restructure it if it is to be the bargaining forum or the dialogue forum. I think with these words, I want to end here. Body abrogated the constitution of the MDCT, causing a conscientious member of the MDC to take us to court. They are happening because somebody refused to accept the decision of the Supreme Court. And in their refusal to listen to to abide by the decision of the Supreme Court, they, through their lawyers, drafted affidavits asking these MPs to renounce their membership of the MDCT. Had these affidavits not been drafted, there would not have been recalls. So these recalls are taking place because someone wrote an affidavit, asked the MPs to sign an affidavit renouncing their membership of the MDCT. And this triggered the automatic operation of the MDC constitution, which is clause 510A of the of that constitution. It is not our fault, it is their fault.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.